C'est pas pour un shit. C'est pas pour un rap. C'est pas pour un shit. C'est pas pour un rap. We are gonna survive. Malake prefera. We are gonna survive. Malake prefera. 3 in a row. Chanka Pudeyo, my do say 3 in a row. Chanka Pudeyo, my do say 3 in a row. Chanka Pudeyo, my do say 3 in a row. Chanka Pudeyo. C'est pas pour un shit. C'est pas pour un rap. C'est pas pour un shit. C'est pas pour un rap. We are gonna survive. Malake prefera. We are gonna survive. Malake prefera.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm trying my new studios. Trying the new KKRR studios. Tell you one of these days. What a drink, man. All right. Mala. Morgide. Good evening. Let the people gather around KKRR. KKRR News trying to be official. We have a lot to talk about. It's a Sunday morning, so it's gonna take a little time for the numbers to go up. I'm drinking my Simos. How y'all are doing this morning? Good morning. It's the first time I'm trying this system. Hopefully, it works properly for me. Trying to be more official, as you know. I'm very intelligent guy like me needs to be a bit more professional when I come on the platform. So this is one of the things I'm doing right now. I don't know if it's gonna get the don't worry. Oh, Kevin, it's the first day. You don't know, first day. I'm trying this thing out. But I'll be coming into a very serious topic about the allegations of the police officer. I'll be coming there. I'll be coming there. I'm trying to just make sure SLP songs. Okay, don't worry. I'm coming with you. We're gonna get there. Kikero is just Good morning. Yes, I am live. Yes, this is the first day in that studio that I'm trying to create. I'm trying to make properly. You will have the option to call the number on there if you want to make a comment. Oh yeah. Kikero having it. Hope all y'all are seeing it. Hope all y'all are gonna be able to share it. So this morning, you're gonna get used to it. So those of you who are watching on the live, eventually, you're gonna start coming to this platform, and you will see. Oh, I'm gonna work on it. It's gonna get much better. Because it will. See, what I like about it is you learn. When you have time, that's why you put time, put an hour a day, work on the things that you gotta work. It's not gonna happen right away, but it's gonna happen. So let me slow the music down. I mean, typically,
you don't know it's Skinny representing for the number one.
Skinny, do that, Skinny. So it may take a time to grow the same viewership on this platform, but eventually, I mean, other people may be just scrolling through. They don't realize this is KKR's platform yet. So, because I have 25,000 followers, eventually they will get to understand my news stream. And I myself, I'm learning about it. There might be different platforms that I have not selected where it can be shared on. So I'm just working on it. But thank you for the guy who gave me the fingers up. Thank you very much. The comments are going to be to the right. And so let me just take a look on my other page over there, see how it looks. Because we have a lot going on in St. Lucia that we get distracted by different things and we don't pay attention. We don't I got somebody must tackle a problem. Okay. Yes. So I think a few people eventually it's gonna get a bigger viewership. It starts very slow. But there are different background, different profiles I can put on there. But let me delve into dive into what I want, and hopefully you all can hear me because I have my new speaker. Hopefully the speakers, I need your feedback because we're working on this thing. Am I getting the proper feedback? Is the speaker working properly? Hello, testing one. Are you all getting the speaker? So today, I want to talk on a few things. And there's a major problem on our little island, St. Lucia. Well, the major problem, I think, we are dealing with, put the speaker closer, make sure the volume is up. What we are dealing in St. Lucia, we have a lot of very serious issues on our island. But because of the divide of the country of the Labour Party and the UWP Party, we can never. Good morning, Lancy. Good morning. I see you on the right there, Lancy. I'm trying the new thing right now. Excuse me. I didn't see much. I put out of ginger in it. So the problem we are having in St. Lucia right now, a lot of important issues have been lost. Thank you, Lancy. Happy Sunday as well. A lot of things have been lost in the actual truth of what is going on the island. Because something which would be of very huge significance, if it's a Labour Party, if there's place to criticize, the UWP and their members go down on Labour Party and criticize them. Really criticizes them. If it's the UWP, the Labour Party in turn does the same thing. So how do you fix this problem? Because there are so many issues. Look, there are three major issues that we are dealing with right at this moment. The first one is the Dale Elliott issue. But because it is so polarized, these politicians and these surrogates, they blame themselves. They blame themselves to the exact same issue if it is not on their side. Let me just start with the Dale Elliott situation. Then I'm going to go to the what's his name, the Josie situation. And then I will proceed to the police situation. Now we have to be objective. We have to be free on what we're saying. Don't worry if the numbers, one of these days, everybody will know where I am. Don't worry, wherever you're there, I appreciate it. So with the first incident, with the Dale Elliott incident, this is an incident, this is very clear cut if we do not block our minds with nonsense politically. Dale Elliott, number one, he drove, took pictures of Richard Frederick. He did not have a right to do that. I mean, if you're just working as an event, you take pictures, you see a fight, that is completely different from leaving your house with the sole purpose of following a man and taking pictures of him. Whether it's legal or illegal, it's just very sinister to do something like that. Now, the policemen, they went in, they investigated. Whatever they come out with, he was not charged, I think, in the beginning. When you do something, morality is different from the law. There are certain things you do not have to do and be arrested for you to have done something wrong. You could do a lot of things which is just immoral, which is just, we have something within the society, even like homosexuality and these things. There's a common consensus in our island, in our country, in the world, whatever the consensus, like the time of slavery, it was okay. I don't blame people. I'm pissed off they had me as my parents as a slave. But at that time, it was okay. So you have to forget about that time and move on forward. Don't forget it completely. But no, there's a reason for that. There was a time when we were young kids. You go into the cemetery. You cannot point your finger. They say you have to bite it. Superstitious. We learn on things as we grow. So with the fact that Dale Elliott followed Richard Frederick, this Dale Elliott should have not done that. So the police did their job. Then the attorneys take over and they see if there is enough evidence to prosecute. The police, whoever's going to present the case, the prosecutor will see if there's enough case to prosecute Dale Elliott. If there's not enough case, or there can even be enough evidence. But if you have a great attorney like Richard, he may get off free. So a lot of things is not even the case, is what you can do, how much money you got, That is, but you got to follow the laws. So he did something, they arrested him, they followed the law. And then the next step is, will he be convicted? Will the case be dropped? Will they just not even file any charges? If they did him something wrong, he also has a right to take the police to court. If they infringe on his rights, and he can take them to court. But here's the thing. You did something. And because you are a UWP supporter, Meniva Ward will come and condone. She will not condemn it. Meniva Ward will come and condone what this guy did. As if this is something great, you follow the man. Now, this same Dale Elliott, he has been accused. Now, everybody must go to court because I've been accused of things myself. You must have your time to go to court. This guy was accused of beating women that have happened so many times. Many of the world just shuts it down now that they're on the same UWP team. Dale Elliott, whether he's been convicted or not, has the most allegations of beating women. People can just make allegations. It can be untrue. But let us compare these things. Okay, the policemen. I'm going to come to them now. Maneuver Ward has 100% right to go and chastise the policeman, want to get answers. You have a right. But also, you have a right to figure out when it is your turn that you have to do the same. You cannot just try to give Dale Elliott, like he's a good guy now, Richard is trolling, oh, I spoke to Dale, and this guy been accused more than the policeman. He's been accused more than the police officers. Is he guilty? Many people have been accused, and sometimes they're not guilty. Because some women, when they're pissed off, not all women, some women, you can be their friends their whole life. You can be their buddy. When you're pissed off, I remember I met her, I'll give you an incident. There's a girl in Brooklyn. She wanted a green card. She told me, come, let's Petawas. I said, no, I'm not marrying you for this. She got so mad and she said, she didn't give me the Petawas. But luckily, we had evidence, we had videos, we have everything. So it's women do those things. People, everything is fine when everything is good, you love them. When something go wrong, whatever was nice and consensual, they can do that. But they have a right to take you to court, and you have a right to present your evidence, and you have a right to look at things. So many were going after the policeman, saying this and that. If she's doing this, like Jimmy, that's what I'm saying. These things have been lost. They have been lost from the realities of life. If these officers actually did this, or if there is enough supporting evidence, of course, investigate them. But are we investigating those policemen to find the truth? Or are we, or is Maneuver Ward going after this policeman to gain political points? This is the important thing we have to look at. Are you there for political points? Or are you there to get the truth and stand for women? If this is the case, you, Maneuver Ward, should also be going after Dale Elliott. Now, is he guilty? I don't know. But you cannot be one side making him look like a saint because he went and followed Richard Frederick. And on the other hand, you want to make these policemen look like they're crazy. And they need to be arrested. They need to step down all that. But hold on. I'm coming to the police in a while. Let me go to what's his name? Peter Josie. So Peter Josie make this outrageous outlandish statement. Make this he insinuates. He make those statements as if somebody have to go and do something in Viewfort and take the gun. He never said, and I listened to the man never said, shoot Kenny Anthony. The man never said, do this to Kenny Anthony. The man never said, do this to anybody. The statement, irresponsible. Peter Josie's statement is irresponsible. Now, we already know this man is an irresponsible man from the time he started making the young black kids in St. Lucia bring down the self-esteem. We know, obviously, that this man is not for us. He's there either for $1, kissing Shasney's backside. So we can hate the man. We can disagree with the man. But what law on St. Lucia that states that if you make an assumption with no basis, I don't even know if Peter Josie has a gun. Okay? I know Bradley has one. Richard has one. But I don't know if Peter Josie has a gun. So I'm not going to go out there. Lincoln, I'm going to read you in a little bit, but you're very distractive. Let me hold on and finish what I'm saying. Peter Josie made a statement. It is wrong. It is immoral. It is ridiculous for a guy who was a minister who will come and make that statement. It is wrong. Why are you calling for his arrest? Now, some people are saying that if it was a ghetto person, I can bet you right now, when they use the term ghetto, they don't mean everybody that's in the ghetto. There are particular people who matches the law. They are part of a crime society, most of them. Let's take, for example, Venus Rastaman Cherry is from the ghetto. That's where he raised, right? He did himself very well. He went to school. He get his degrees, his masters, his bachelors. Lincoln, actually, sorry, Lincoln band degree, pastor band degree. But Venus, I don't recall of him actually killing anybody, shooting anybody. I don't know. So if somebody just made a statement like that, they're not gonna just go and arrest him. But if we have people in the ghetto who shows off their weapons, shows off their guns, and we know they're associated with people who have committed crime, and there's a possibility that they themselves may commit a crime, of course, we will send the police to arrest these people and to find out how serious the threat is. But we know Josie is doing this just for political mileage. Not because we are labor, we have to just say arrest him. It's wrong. Yes, it is wrong what he's doing. 100%. But is it what he did is wrong? Let's take the Speaker of the House when he said the bazooka. All UWP want to arrest him. All UWP want him to step down. Did he do anything illegal? Did you all construe his word? Did you all decipher what he said? Was it a parable? How did he all come to the point that you all want to arrest the Speaker of the House? The bottom line, this guy life and carriage was damaged only to me. Okay, somebody's commenting on his correct. Okay. So the point is, it's a very serious situation. It's a very serious situation when we do not pay attention to the facts. If somebody don't like kicking around, you come and tell them something, oh, they'll agree with it. If somebody doesn't like this guy, they go, you'll agree with it. We tend not to look at the facts. And me personally, yes, maybe I'm ferocious, but I'm not going to just agree. I'm not going to agree with everything UWB says or Labour says, because I know there's a political agenda behind both of them. So at this point, I think what we need to do, before I go to the police situation and the sexual harassment, let me tell you all something. With the last time on Peter Josie, no matter what you all say, you all will have to write new laws. Because when he did his thing, there was no law in the books that said if you insinuate something, you should be arrested. Now, yes, there's political things that are driven that you can send somebody behind the prime minister can say, oh, arrest him or you don't know, blah, blah, blah. He's inappropriate. So we need to, people who are in the middle have to understand facts, not just go behind me because I don't like Josie or go behind the Speaker of the House because look at the facts. None of them need to be arrested. None of them have committed any crime. A crime must have the 3 sections. And in our law, it states exactly what they need to do. Okay? Period. So leave that alone. So let's go back to Meniva. Meniva has ignored all the allegations against Dale Elliott. Did Dale Elliott do the things they're saying he did? I don't know. No one knows. But like Meniva is saying about the police officers, there's so many allegations they need to investigate. Dale Elliott has been arrested. There have been many allegations. Was he found not guilty? Was there insufficient evidence? Did people not go on and report him? There are reasons for things. We are sitting down there. We don't know the court. And what we do sometimes, we play the clip that makes our party look good. Play the little clip that makes the Labour look good or the UW look good. Now let's go to the real issue of sexual harassment. The real serious issue of sexual harassment. Let me say, in St. Lucia, we have a culture. And maybe not St. Lucia, maybe all Caribbean countries, African countries. We have a culture of lack of respect. I was part of it. Okay? Oh, excuse me. That ginger, I put too much ginger there. We have a culture of lack of respect for women. And a lot of women in St. Lucia, they are not financially sound. And a lot of the men in St. Lucia, to give these women a job, they will have to petawash them. To give them a promotion, they will have to petawash them. So putting Minister Meniva aside, this is a very serious allegation. And yes, it needs to be investigated if this is happening. And I personally believe, that's my belief, it is happening. I don't know about these particular police officers. When I was a young man, I remember clearly, I went to Mount Fortune Technical College, and they sent me for plumbing training at Communications and Works. And our job was to take care of the fire station, take care of the police station. And I remember there was a young lady in the fire station, and I was listening when they're always in the room with the lady, and the men were sitting down and talking how many of them have slept with this young lady. I was about 18, 19 when I went to that place, or somewhere along there. How many of them have slept with? This is a common thing. And yes, I know Maniva is doing this for political gain. I know that's why Maniva don't give a shit about any woman, about any man. Maniva is just on a political gain goal to try to be a politician, whatever she's trying to do. But factually, this is a very serious allegation, and this is a very serious thing. Even me, when you're younger, when you said Lucia, when nobody's putting things on your mind, every kakalak you see, you want to go behind it. There's something that triggers your mind after a while and say, what am I doing? Should I do this? Is this right? Every woman, people, there's a certain part of your life you realize you may say, what am I doing? Why should I always want to flip somebody? And a lot of men, they live the rest of their lives, they never get that time when they say, let me stop that. They will run woman, and some of them, like my father is 70 years, 80 years, 80 years. He still want to better was on people and he have a wife. These things happen. We have a bad culture in St. Lucia. Although I will say, it is a man's natural instinct and ability to go chase women. We are born with that. But when we are in a different society, we don't go hunt anymore. We need to adopt. We need to change our ways as we go. Now, more people take longer. Some people take longer than other people. Yeah, I'm telling you. It's about 15, 20 years. I mean, if I don't have a girlfriend, I'll go talk to somebody. But now I become, you learn, you don't do these things anymore. You have fun. And let me tell you something, you have more fun with people when you're not after them for petawazim. The amount of women friends I have, everybody thinks I just petawazim. No. I have many women friends, you feel comfortable with them. You know when you go home, you have a wife to petawazim. But this problem in the police station, this is something which, and it's not just in the police station. Trust me, the UWP side, the labor side, the men are very, very, very dangerous when it comes to women. Most of those politicians, they go after these young women. Strong supporters of Guy Joseph in Bexon have told me that he comes behind people on a constant basis. And one of the supporters, I said to them, I was in St. Lucia by my good friend, I said, why do you think Guy should do that? He said, the women, Guy send his corn in the field at Kidesepula Bekte, Saki Bekte. You're a married man, you're a Christian, you're supposed to be head of a Assembly's church. Uwe Made took from, and not only Guy, I've heard it about Joachim too. It is a thing that is common among the people in the constituency. All these ministers, I've heard it about the Denry ones, I heard it about the Mikud ones. They have this bad habit of being in power. More than the other women, spy them on too. He have his wife, he have his job. It is a culture of St. Lucia that people just ignore. The plight of other people to just move on. The plight of the people of St. Lucia, a lot of them just ignore how it hurts other people. And yes, it is a good awareness on the government if this is happening, even though it's not happening. But I believe it may have been happening in the past. That's the common thing. When I was in the police band, you can hear all the policemen downstairs, all the band leaders talking about how many women they go out with. I'm telling you, it's a common thing. So it's not something that's supposed to be strange that if you hear the police commissioner have, now I don't know, sexual assault is different than just asking a woman. If you're holding the people and you're raping the people, that's a big difference. But it's a culture. Some of those women may not even report only because they want to become the sergeant or want to move up in the ranks. So this is not a safe environment for people. And I don't know who is in charge of teaching them about sexual harassment and stuff like that. But this needs to be more studies. This needs to be more. This needs to be taken more seriously. Yes, it's good maneuver what is bringing this thing up. I don't have a problem It's a very good thing that these police officers, that is their common. Listen, I know of a police officer who came to the US and he wanted to go over a young girl. I'm like, what are you doing? Now, when you think about that, a police is thinking like that, and sometimes it is a natural thing for us to think like that, especially when you're young. I think your sexual drive is, but as you go older, your sexual drive diminishes. Why do you want to consistently doing those things? So it is important. It is important that we, St. Lucians, stand with the people. And the Prime Minister, he looks like a decent person, but I do not know the man. So a lot of people have beautiful appearance and behavior, and in the little thing, they do the thing. I personally have made mistakes in the past. I have. But do we recognize that we make those mistakes? Do you realize that we make mistakes and say, Messi, I'm not going to do that again. I should just move on. Because you have a life, you make children, you realize, what the hell? But this is so thing insane. It's not just I'm telling you, this is a bad thing. And that part, I agree that Manifa brings the awareness. But the reason why these things will never stop is also people like Manifa who have a double standard. You cannot come and address this just for your political gain. You need to be consistent about your when you make those statements. You need to be consistent, because when you think about it, of Dale Elliott, even if you and I must give you credit for that too in the past. You did bring it up that Dale Elliott has been doing this from A-level. Mohammed Savita A-level. So he's a very smart boy, I realized. Because I asked him what school he went to, because you can listen to people and see how smart they are. So he told me he didn't go to any college, but I didn't realize he went to A-level, which is kind of a college. So I understand. So Maniva Ward said about all these allegations that he had. Even in people in House of Parliament, people who are in the cabinet, they do these things. I know of a young lady, this happened to her. And there are ministers in this house that did it to her. And just to cover it up, even my father was involved, asking her to drop the case. But she fled and went away. So it's a bad thing. And I'm not saying you cannot forgive people, because I need forgiveness. Everybody needs forgiveness. But when you recognize these things, it shouldn't be something that keep on happening. It shouldn't keep on happening. We are human. We are very, very weak. I'm talking about weakness. Give me 1 second. Let me digress. Segue for a minute. I just want to say something about Brother Lawrence, who passed away. This man was one of the best preachermen of Bexham. And I've heard so many allegations about this man. And even me, I used to give him joke on my KKR. One day I talked to the man, man, he liked the way I speak. I'm straight. No, I thought he was going to be a little upset with me. But he was very nice. He spoke to me. But one thing after talking to him and I listened to this man, I realized something. This man was such a strong guy in the church. That is why I believe a lot, even if he did what they said, I don't know. But the devil would go after the people. They know this man was trying so much. This man was so much for God. So whatever they said about him, I'm not going to dispute it. But I'm going to say this man was being tempted more than anybody else. Because when God knows you are the champion of bringing people, he will send people at you. But again, people, the reason why I'm here today, I want to say too many of a word. When you're doing these things, you must do it. You must be sorry. You must do it with a clear conscience. You must do it for the true help of these women. You don't want to come and do these things just because you want political gain. Because no one will take you serious, Maniva. No one will take you serious when it is time for you to be serious. Because if you cannot give Dale and make him look like he's so happy, I'm his friend, you shouldn't be associating with Dale with these kind of things you are writing about him. Okay? If you think he's such a woman abuser, they arrest him, they do this, you have videos on him. So many things I've heard you all said about this man. But because he's going after Richard you don't like, you want to give him a pass. Yet still, You want to go after this policeman with so much power. Yes, if they're doing this, they're wrong. And I believe they're doing it. I believe they're doing it. I believe these policemen, they are doing it. I am a product of a police officer who was running every woman, and my mother got impregnated and made me. So I know they do that. I know they do it. And something has to be done. And it's not just them. The ministers, I'm telling you, I'm not here as a politician to just stick on their side. When they do good for the country, yes, you have to give them the props. But they need to stop this nonsense too. The young girls in the community are frustrated. They can't get a job without you all sleep with them. You all need to stop this nonsense. I'm not talking about the labor. The whole of you all. Our greatest Prime Minister, John Compton, that what he did. Go with every young woman. I saw him. I used to try, you know what we did in the community? He had a young Indian girl he wanted to go behind. He used to cross the river and there's a little gutter. Yeah, we put a little stick. We used to take the stick and put a little stone so he mat in the gutter. Mais ma house come to me say dans demo. Every time we put a little stick, nous pas quand même ouais qui joue comme ton passage mais ça. Comme ton a about chiplicale. So this is something that is in the nature. That is in the nature of us. And Nancy said, my father will disown me. I am a truthful person. I speak the truth. It's just a problem. And that's why people, but when I go to bed, I have a very clear conscience. I am the first to say, when I was younger, I was almost like these guys when you're younger. But there's a time in your life, you have to say, Messiah, what am I doing? This is not right. But there are people that rest of their life, that's what they do. And we must bring this up. We must talk about it. And when what's Miss Poyet, Virginia Poyet, came in and bring that, tried to pass that bill to protect women. I mean, guys talking about, oh, they want to protect guys. We don't need no protection. One or two guys, the women will beat them. One or two guys, the women will control whatever they're doing them. But typically, we are the ones doing the beating. We are the ones. So when you pass in a bill, and I'm proud of Virginia Poyet, when you pass in a bill, that bill is not just any bill. But if women have been abused constantly, you can pass a bill to protect men when only one or two men have been assaulted. How many men? Most of those men, they leave their children. And the women, we can say whatever we want. And that's why we don't need to be biased. Women are the ones suffering the most in a relationship. Now, some of them are malicious. They'll corner you, they'll do this. But typically, men, because I'm a man, and I talk to my friends, 90% of my friends will cheat on their wife. I'm telling you, 90%. I know a few of them now wouldn't do that. I know Dismas doesn't do that. That's what I think. But when it comes to Petawazam, I'm not putting my money, Estep, Dismas, I've known these guys, but I will not put my hand in fire for nobody. But you can see generally they're occupied. You can see them, you know they're not involved in these kind of things. But the majority of men I know, the pastors in the churches, the preacher man, this is, and so obviously when things like that are happening, that means this is our natural. We are naturally that kind of animal. We want to go for these women, do these women. This is normal. But what we must learn to do, try to work on ourselves. And that is simple. I mean, somebody can accuse me of something. I can guarantee you, nobody can accuse me of anything less than 15 years ago. No. I know. Sometimes you're not watching what you're doing. You want to do some shit and it bothers you. But I've made my conscious decision almost 15, 20 years ago, around that time. Said, no, nothing wrong. I'm serious. You think I'm joking? You know, I said, my papi show. I've been in St. Lucia. I've been everywhere. So many girls. Even one I told her I was married, she tell me, oh, she like threesome. Hot men come in and say, hot from Sam. But I never was nobody in St. Lucia except my wife. And I can say that with impunity. But yes, in the past I've tried to check women out there, of course. But we need to stop these things. We need to work on ourselves. And all these ministers, all these police officers, I'm addressing you all today in support of Maniva Ward. But Maniva Ward, be very, very objective and do not be double standard. Not because it is you want to go after Philip J. Pierre. Trust me. That's not Philip JP's job at all, at all, at all, at all. Who I did even sell up last idea from. I do not think Philip JP, and yes, I love him, and you will think because I like him so much, I'm being biased to him. That's not Philip JP's job. Say minister, même like Philip JP, okay, fait bêtise. So that's not Philip JP's job. Do not come and say Philip JP put the commission, blah, 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 blah. That's not his job. Okay? There's a prosecutor, there's the other members of the force, they can work on that. They should have an internal affairs department in the police force to do it. Okay? So you on this allegation, I don't think nobody have come to maneuver with these allegations. Maneuver was just very political gain. Because you yourself, you have been penalized by a lot of those ministers. They have had the rumor around. Listen, we got ministers. Listen, let me tell you something. The fun of things that's going on. There's a minister, there is somebody in New York right now, there's a minister who they found having pedophilism with her. Okay? They saw them. And she was much younger than him. So I'm telling you, this is a common thing about us in the churches. I have a friend who was in the church. The pastor came and asked a friend to pedophiles. It is happening day in, day out. The problem is, I'm not saying we don't have the urge. I'm not saying we don't want to do it. You put yourself in a position where you're not going to do it. It's one thing to, you think I don't want to pedophiles? I want to. Oh, yes, I like to pedophiles a lot of people. I see beautiful people. But I know the pain it will cause. And that's what I say. People who cheat are not good people. I'm telling you that. People who cheat, especially on their wife, they are not good people. You're pabo. Anybody who can see their wife, save their wife there, suffering, and they go out and put their quota into somebody's pedagogismic attitudes and take that same and put it back in their wife and don't know what their wife gonna get. These people are bad. Anybody. That's why I say Spider is a bad man. You cannot have your wife there and you have a jabal and you deal with it with impunity and you come in and talk on stage. What kind of, well, you just need to change. And I'm not saying it as a joke. Spider, my brother, they are very good friends. And they corner their wife morning, noon, and night. That's what they've been doing. Now, you all have to pay the consequences sometimes. I have two brothers, Madam Yokideyo. Now, they come in and tell me, actually, I didn't know Madam Yokideyo because no argue, no baby. But you all are in a house with a woman. You all go out there. You have a woman in a house with you. You go and corner your woman. You bring a babysitter in your house. You plug the babysitter 4 times. And you tell me it's your wife that no matter how bad that woman is, the woman may have all her problems. Who does that? That's the mentality we men, we have. That what we can do is okay. How can we do those things and think it is okay? And then when you want to talk about, they make rumors about you, they say you this, you like Roro. Yes. But I'm saying the facts. You cannot be doing this. And this is the culture of St. Lucia. This is the culture of our beautiful island. It's not just St. Lucia. It's an African culture. But time changes. Time changes. Like a lot of us in St. Lucia, we just want to just destroy homosexuals. Oh, homosexual. God say kill homosexual. God say this. The same God that tell you love your wife, take care of your family. But the scripture in the Bible that say homosexuality, c'est now, what I'm telling you what's going to happen in the world. Okay. Whether you all say gay taking over, gay not taking over. There's something that you all must understand. You are not gay. Nobody going to take your ass over. You're not going to go on yourself and let anybody rectify you. Now, when you see Devontae, this is a man we all have to respect. This is the man's life. This is the man's true life. And I warned you all about that already. When I was a young boy, there was a guy in our community called Augustus. This young boy used to play marble with us. He was only about 8 years old. We used to laugh at this boy because of the way he walked on him. And a young boy at 8 years old. You think this boy would constantly walk like that? You think the little boy would not try to fix himself with the whole community laughing at him, giving him jokes? And he still comes back walking like that? He would not have done it if he could have changed. We were brutal when we going up those young boys around the community. They'll give you jokes and going all these things. So once we develop ourselves, and realize we have to change. Don't just block line and say, oh, gay, I don't care if gay and this and that. No. And you all may not, when it comes, the same thing with money and everybody, when it comes to slavery, we all went through slavery. We were black, somebody fight for us. And even though some of the white people have fight for us to get our freedom. Oh, but it's our freedom. It's okay. Black people was not gay and gay was not black. Now the gay people, they are asking for the freedom. Now some of y'all say they are putting the agenda on you. Now let me tell you something. I have not read any book for children about gays. I've not read it. I don't know the agenda. I will say to you, this is a new process. A lot of people are getting into this thing. Some people are born like that. And you're saying that the gay agenda is taking over. Maybe. Have we ever thought of it like that? That there have always been millions of gay people. But because we were treating them bad, because we were oppressing them, because we were doing what's wrong, they were afraid to come back. Just like the runaway slaves. Do you ever think of maybe because they were afraid of their lives that they never said anything? They have always been there, but they were hiding. Hence, they coined the term in the closet. Maybe these people were in the closet because they were afraid to die. So let us be real with people. Stop being double standard. And I'm telling you all, you want to run away from this gay thing, you're gonna. The United States of America, no matter what you say about this country, this is the greatest country on this earth. And when you all stand up and say, they might just say, do this, they do that. The United States is always going and free some people. Those people that are in the hierarchy of the countries, like Iraq and those people, they are mad. Cuba, they are mad because the government. But what's about the millions of the citizens of these countries? That is what America do, fight for people, whether you like it or not. You're okay. You want to destroy America. Do you understand how America actually started? One of the major reasons why America is so great, it was because of the persecution of the British, the Christians. The same days the Baptists took out the Christian, but they weren't there. The Quakers were there back in that days. It wasn't the modern day Christianity. But back in those days, they ran to the United States for their freedom. They run and hide. That's where we get all protection. That's the only country. Yes, we have racism, but that's the only country you can really. Some police do you something. You can go to court. Somebody do. You can. This is your freedom. So the United States are giving everybody freedoms. Not because the freedom is not fitting you at this point, that you want that freedom to get away from that person. When they were fighting for you, you wanted it. It's a free country. And here's the thing. You can't destroy America because America don't exist. There's no America. Like this place, we are America. You in St. Lucia, you're going to say, oh, I don't like America. God will destroy America. America will fall down. You go to Russia. How are you thinking of what you're saying? All the money that comes to St. Lucia is coming from the diaspora. So if the diaspora fall down, you're going to fall down. Look at how many people, when I used to, listen, a year ago, no, I'm not going to lie about it. I had over $80,000 in St. Lucia. I was giving other people money. The economy went bad in America. My truck, myself, I lost almost $40,000. I can't give people money like that. No. So you have to think of what you're saying. And let's stop being double standard. These officers, yes, Maniva, you need to focus on the core of the problem. You yourself, Maniva, there are rumors that you are having Petawaza Mushasne. That's what the people said. So we don't know. Is that true? And I'm not going to doubt that because I know ministers, we have it all in St. Lucia. And there are evidence that some ministers have slept with you, Maniva. So let us get this thing straight. Let us be very objective when we say these things. Yes, policemen. And I always joke about them. They like their bomb because that's what they do. But I'm a product of these people going behind every woman. It will take time to clear out. And by us speaking about it, people may just check themselves. What am I doing to my wife? How can I leave my wife there? I remember I went to St. Lucia one day. And I have a brother. He have a Jabal. And we were at a store in the middle of the two Jabals. One Jabal up there, one Jabal there. I didn't know about the Jabal and the children. So I bought a pizza. I took 2 slices, and my brother took one. I said, look, take the rest of the pizza to your children, because these are the kids I knew. Do you know the man took the pizza and bring it to the Jabal children? Now, this is something that is very strange to me. But life has been just changing. And when now he's learning better, he's understanding, and maybe he's gonna have a better life if the Jabal pass on his mistakes. When you're in a place and it's just Jesus, I want you all to understand that. I'm not making myself look good. I have been in those circumstances. I have done things. But we have to learn. Say, what are we doing? What are we doing? Let us live a proper life. Now, if your wife, which very rare happens, wants you to go out and have petawazam. Now, there are some women, they encourage this. But they encourage, nom pa nom person. From Sapa, there's not enough money. But let me tell you something. Take your time. Take your time. Maybe you're never supposed to have a man. Maybe you have to have a man when you're 75. Take your time. But if you just want to better wise, okay, go on better wise. But we need to be honest with ourselves. Hey, look at my girl. You are making this life, man. Anyway, at Jade Mountain, you are making this. What am I girl? Yes. Amarosa, I see you so long. Sorry, Amarosa. I put Nahile Amarosa. I just cry when I don't see Amarosa. Amarosa, I love you. Oh, Lancy, I hope. Now, one thing I can guarantee, I think Lancy will get a very good husband. But just take your time, Lancy. You're a very good person. I find energy. Like, you say, like Amarosa, I find she have a good energy. Maybe one day she'll get a husband. She don't have nobody like Amarosa. But Nancy, you get a good husband. But we have to be right out of ourselves. We make mistakes. But when is it that we stop and we say, listen, people, what I done was really messed up, Let me stop this thing. Let me move on. And give people the benefit of the doubt. So, Maniva, I want to tell you, Maniva, it's okay that you go and protect women, as you say, but protect every woman, not only the United Workers Woman Arm. Protect the labor. Protect everybody. We need to do that, people. Because we know sometimes she does that for the distraction. But some of the points are valid. These policemen need to check themselves. Check yourselves. You all have wives. You all have children. And you all want St. Lucia to be better. Yes, you all have done it already. It's okay. Right now, my father is retired from Pedawazam. I sent him some Viagra. He doesn't want it. I don't know. But we just have to change ourselves. We make mistakes, no matter how big the mistake is. You can move on. There are people who have killed people. But you have to ask God for forgiveness and genuinely say, I'm going to go forward. And some of you who don't believe in God, I want to say one thing to you. It's a whole mystery out there. But one thing I can tell you for sure. When you buy a car, they give you a manual to see how to operate the car. When you buy a house, they show you how to work the house. Any appliance. We was given this Bible as a manual to live our lives. And whether you believe in God or not, use that manual. Because that manual will save you a lot of problems. If you don't have 2 wives, you're not going to have 2 bills. If you don't have a job, you're going to have a foot bill. And all these things create a problem for us. Some people say, "Ma buy from la jamre." But you spend a lot of time living in your wife's house. That time where you could be fixing the house for your wife. That time you take on putting your gas, like a complaint gas church, going from Bexon to Denry, going from Denry to Mekwood. The time where you could be reading a book to your child. The time where you can take your wife to a movie. You don't even want your wife to go places. Except you play trimmer. I went to the supermarket one day, and I see a man there with his wife shopping, telling the wife, do not take that big box of Quaker Oats. The Quaker Oats only $7. Ekmo where Jabalapo, you go with cream of it. Cream of it. Madam Nakamahe, Quaker Oats, Jabalakamahe, cream of it. And the man is there saying, say, we must stop those things, people. We have made mistakes, and I'm not judging anyone. I'm just making those points that we go forward. And let us not get ourselves lost in political gibberish, because that is where Manifa is stuck right now. She's stuck in a UWP thing that everything that is wrong that Labour does, she stands up and talk about it. And when UWP does something, she covers it up. We must be realistic. We're gonna just say, "Oh, arrest this guy or do this guy." Can you give me Shelly number so I can tell her how you tie you to the table and chair so you won't come and talk about politics. Other Jane Isaac. Good night, good night. Okay, Kimbert Mason. Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed by God for that. What is a woman? And can the man give birth? There are only two biological distinctions, human male and female. Okay, Kimbert, let me address you as your Christian there, Kimbert. I'm talking about people learning. You know, we were roommates. Kimbert Mason, Kimbert, my uncle, three of us were roommates. There were things that you all did in those days, which I don't think you'll ever do again. Also, my uncle. So the point I'm telling you, Kimbert, we learn. I'm not saying you should be homosexual. No, Kimbert. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying a man and a woman can make a child. But I want you to understand, when you go to the Bible, what will you take out of it? Is it just that little part? A gay person, that's not your job to get a, you don't have, I don't want them to put their agenda on me, tell me what to do, what not to do. But I think we need to respect the gay community. Just like back in the day, the Bible, everything black was the Bible. Well, I was black. I mean, everything bad was black. But we have evolved. We are learning. We are learning. Okay? We are learning. Hold on, Lincoln Avenue. We are learning, and we need to teach people what's wrong. Sometimes I don't read the comments. Sorry about that, my people. Let me read Lincoln. So, Kimbert, I'm not saying gay can make children. I'm just saying respect them. All I see, they're human beings, and as we evolve, we learn better. We learn better. My uncle's right now is retired in Richmond. You have become a pilot. I'm trying my best. I'm a bus driver. I'm doing my KKR. I'm trying to go back to school. We learn stuff. So you have to understand, Kim, but you cannot just take this thing on the Bible and be so and emphasize on it so much. When on the other hand, there are pastors in the churches that are going to be in the children, that are going to be in this. So we have to come clear about it. Okay, so let me see what Lincoln Pascal said, my buddy, my recternal affair guy. KKR, you should stop talking about politics because you don't know what the heck you are talking about. I was not talking about politics, Lincoln. That is exactly why I believe, Lincoln, you don't have a degree because your degree of comprehension is ridiculous. My point was, Lincoln, talk about the comments that Yadi made. Why are you dwelling on what Josie made? Now, you came over here. Look at your intelligence. Let me go back to my friend Lincoln. That's exactly why I think you do not have a degree, and I believe you bought that degree. The first thing I said, leave Josie alone. He's a distraction. Obviously, you were not listening to me. So I can't even go further with you. Maybe you are focused too much of the recternal affairs with Big John and the other guy. But anyway, you distracted me because you are saying you want to come there and put political point for Shasney. I think that's what you're trying to do. But Shasney is a done deal. And since you came up here, let me tell the people of St. Lucia. And I'm going to tell you this with very serious consequences. If you'll ever bring Alan Shasney back in St. Lucia, that will be the end of this island. I'm not saying UWP. I'm saying Alan Shasney. When you look at Alan Shasney, what Alan Shasney has done to you, taking all the products of St. Lucia, giving money to that Ojo Lab, and going back to Ojo Lab, Nancy Charles Kouyemet, Nancy Charles Ojo Lab qui ka paye pour tout bagay. Celle ici pas ka paye pour dessous. I will send you the document. Say, was money problem with Nancy Charles. I was your friend. I was your supporter. And for you to send me, tell me you send me document. Il faut qu'on voit my document là, she's toujours. When Alan Shasney can tell you, and I spoke to Nancy Charles a couple of weeks ago, I think. Remember when we spoke for, I didn't want to play it on the video. Because debut of Kuya can record it, debut of getting money. Because when just said this game, the players will have the money. Now, here's what let me tell you about Shasney. Yes, Philip JP had to go back and get the 7 million as much as he can. There's no logic to what Shasney did. This is a plan. This is a conspiracy. This is a setup to take our $7 million and give it to Raquel's brother and his partner. So you have to understand where this money is. This is coming from me personally, nothing political. Shasta took $7 million. Obviously, he did not investigate properly before he did it, or he knew what he was doing. He took that $7 million, gave it to Raquel's brother. Now, if y'all don't know who Raquel is Alan Shastner's wife. She's a Dibule. And I stand with the Dibules because I have Kisa auntie. And I got Madam Gide Boshima. They were saying the juicy lady, Madam, what make I'm juicy. I don't know why she had liked me so much. Maybe I'm a likable person. I don't know. But I'm not judging the Dibules. I'm not judging the Dibules. I have those that went to hunt with. They are truly friends of my family. I must tell you that. They are truly friends. But a friend doesn't mean you don't do nothing wrong. Listen to the fact of this matter. The Dibules, and a matter of fact, one of them was renting for my sister in Susie. Now, I'm not going to blame the Dibule for that. I will never blame the Dibule for that. Because some of my family members, you pay me pay bill. You pay me pay bill. So, I'm not going to check Dibule. Because I don't know. You don't have a problem. Living to pay bill. You pay your Baba. But anyway, let me tell you something. Alan Shastney took our $7 million, gave it to Raquel's brother, his wife's brother. They took that $7 million and they invested it somewhere in America or somewhere because they did not put the money there. They okay? Now, maybe this money is gaining money in the stock market right now and they will give us back a little bit at the time. Maybe that's what they're doing. That's just one of the things that come to my mind. They may be investing in equities in all futures or whatever they're doing. I'm not sure. But my point is, you know where that money is. And you're trying to tell me Nancy Charles phone. In fact, I called. I don't know if she called me back, but I called. But we spoke. I don't want to say that wrong. So Nancy Charles is telling me, first of all, but if you're a liar, I have to call you a liar. I'm sorry. I have proof that you have lied to me. I have proof that Shastney have lied to me. So Mosakwe ni Shastney mate. Now, Big John is my cousin. He's not in politics. The family don't know what to do with him again. Ladies only said they see Baba. Ladies are Baba di Jamaica. Okay. One time his father passed away and my uncle gave him. Now I have a very good uncle, Uncle Alban. Uncle Alban gave him $400. Usa Buganda hotel boy woman took la and he pay funeral papa. Live in the money take a mode. Money where you were morning under a hotel. But anyway, this is my favorite cousin, Big John. You have one more year from Pali. But let's go to the important points we are talking about. You know where this money is. You keep on telling me, Nancy Chaska Dima, go and talk. Tell Philip JP, go and talk to the people that have the money. Isn't it easier for Shastney, who keep on claiming, I love St. Lucia. Tout I love St. Lucia. Imagine nous manger. A cheesecake factory. Et Madame Linda Mall, chapeau, y hote ça. In a personal train, a guad chamni passa. They just, I look at those people, I'm like, who are you fooling? What are people who have in St. Lucia listen to that nonsense you'll come and say? You all love St. Lucia. Love St. Lucia, my ass. You all don't love St. Lucia. You all don't love St. Lucia. Okay? Magidusa. Ni Raquel, ni Shastney pas content St. Lucia. They love the money they're going to take from fucking St. Lucia. Sorry for cursing me. I'm getting out of upset. And bring it to Miami and enjoy the lavish life in the Keys. Listen to me, people. And when you see, let me tell you something about those people. When you see people come and they tell you, oh, I give this police a $50. If you have $1 million and somebody took your whole $1 million from you and come back and give you $50,000 after 10 years, after you suffer, you have to appreciate it. But they didn't do shit for you. They took all the resources from St. Lucia and they give you back a few dollars. You'll take the police a few dollars. These people take millions from St. Lucia, giving their friends contract for millions of dollars. When they finish, they give champagne a de la pot, champagne question bagay, tell me, understand the mentality of these people. If Shastney love you all, he want to give you all that $7 million. He telling Raquel, because he doesn't know to the brothers. Maybe today, right now, they having meal or they're on a boat somewhere. Today, tell your Raquel safe that money you all took, that $7 million, because you all don't play for your money. Whatever the deal is. You all need to start paying us back our $7 million. Zot ni mu pay nous $7 million, sir. The people of St. Lucia need it. Ek Jean-Mi Koua qui a coûté petit Chasney. Après $7 million, non. Ek la vini a se deti sac, mais des deti qui font des bezot. It's your money, he took l'argent zot. Si te quitté là, zot te fait ça sortir bouffer puis. He cannot take your money, and when he first give you a little bit, and then I say, "Oh, thank you very much, Chasney, for giving me back my money." I had a friend. They take everything from you, and they give you a little dollar, and they tell you they don't like you. They don't give you shit. They give you back your stuff, your stuff. They take all your shit from you and give you back a little bit, and they say they love you. They don't love you. Chasney back on Raquel back on us. Love doesn't work that way. You cannot take our money and give it. When you see they have their thing, listen to what happened. When they have their thing, they invite a person from some guy or an Indian lady from Trinidad. I don't know if she was, I'm just assuming she's Indian, Trinidad. Maybe she could be Negro. They give her a contract to share the food at the place and all the people they're eating. And then the young girls working there for almost nothing. Because when you see they give a contract, a kickback they're waiting for it. They're not giving nothing for free, and that's not just Raquel. That's mostly politicians. That's not just Chasney. They are politicians. Most politicians do that. But I'm just telling you, when they come and tell you, I love you, you shit love. I hear somebody saying, oh, Chasney loves St. Lucia. Chasney don't love St. Lucia. He doesn't love St. Lucia. Somebody who loves St. Lucia, do not do that to St. Lucia. They do not take our $7 million. And if you really love, and it's a mistake you make, I will stop saying you don't love us until you go and talk to Raquel's brother. Tell him, talk to this jackass who take our money. They are partners. Bring our $7 million back. It is not Philip J. will do it eventually, but it is not Philip J.'s job to go and take money for us. And all the UWP there now, Philip J.P., Menemun, the Arabs come to. You think the Arabs don't know the suffering of the black people? They know. They love Philip J.P. They love Philip J.P. and they'll do more for Philip J.P. than Alan Chasney. You listen to me. Tell me something. People see stupid. Not because Chasney is white. Because white people know white people. They know their games. They know Chasney is a liar. White people know Chasney is a liar. They know Chasney. Man, let me tell you something. Just like black people. You ever see how you go somewhere and a black person behaving stupid? Because, man, this motherfucker, what the hell is behaving like that when he's messing up our culture? When the black people all St. Lucian, like you go to the basement, like West Pine, the Kagoma basement, you get pissed off why our people are living in St. Lucia and go and fight in the basement. It's not a matter of skin color. Black people don't like the shit black people are doing. They don't. Good black people don't like what bad people, so good white people, they don't like the shit Chasney is doing. You think Chasney will come and tell them, oh, I do. They know what Chasney is doing. Lincoln, I think Big John is waiting for you. Go. So people, this is very serious. Don't let Chasney fool you all. And Nancy just tell me, oh, Chasney told, and that's fact, money records. And you only money can record on Nancy. Oh, Chasney go and tell Philip J.P. how to go and get the money. How the hell, if I take your money, I give it to this guy, I will go and tell you how to get the money. I can go back and tell this guy, please, sir, give us that money. Raquel, tell your brothers, get our money back for us. Why is that so difficult? No, because the money is invested. Maybe they buy another house. Maybe they put a piece on their house. Maybe they put cupboards that's more expensive, living the lavish life with all their white friends in Miami. That's what they're doing. You think those people easy? Who are you? Let me tell you what happened the other day. That's why these people just piss my ass off. The time Chasney, I was promoting stuff for Chasney. This man, I met this man tell me, give me my year per month. When I called Picky, Winky, Pinkle, Sepali. Let me call Aussie boy, many problem with Chasney do it, Aussie boy. Kuye Raquel, Saga, oh, later. Kuye sa, Anjou, Mokuye, Lebamalacho, Mokuye Botio. You know where they are? They are in the sticks and cakers on a brick, having some quality time away from the noise in St. Lucia. And the same tone of voice, in the same sentence, you're on the boat drinking your champagne, enjoying yourself. God damn it. Oh, things are very hard by Chasney. You have to take his money to pay all the things. Anybody who take me for the stupidity, I have nothing to do with them. It's one thing you don't know me, just tell me shit. But an intelligent person like me, even though I act like I don't know what I'm saying, For you to come and mama guy me with that pappy show. You know, I don't care who you are. Like as I said before, all of my brothers are pissed off with me, tell me, oh, I shouldn't say my. I went to the bank with my father. I made a deal with the man. The man told me I should. And again, is Dibule. Dibule guy was very nice. He signed the document. Dibule made me sign. Cox was there. So I want to get Penny Cox. Cox was there. Cox, I gave Cox power of attorney so he can transfer the money for me when my father give me the money. They gave my father the check, $98,000. Dibule tell me, I wouldn't be in him last year. Tell me, man, the $98,000, the man have to give me my 58,000 and take the 40,000. The motherfucker put the whole money in the bank. Never give me a dime. Never give me a dime. And those of you that are saying I shouldn't say these things, y'all should tell him why the hell he do that to his son, his firstborn. Nothing when he do this shit to me, but I am wrong. Your mother suckers. Pack this with up. Shasta need to stop that shit. He need to stop it. He need to stop it. The pan must be still burning in his head. No, this is very significant, people. You have to be honest about life. And when you look at the WP and the surrogates, I am telling you that. Look at who you associate with. Look at who you associate with. Look at who people associate with. Look at UWP. Look at UWP. Look at the surrogates, the people that go out there. When you look at Ring the Bell, just take a minute. Look at Ring the Bell. And I don't blame Ring the Bell for anything. I don't blame him. Because when you don't know, you don't know. The guy is I've never heard the guy speak one word in English. I don't know if he can do it. Or the man even called his name Sonikos. Ring the Bell. Sonikos. So if that's his style, no problem. But he's the guy who does not know much. All he comes and say, oh, I pay maman l'argent. Let me tell you something. My mother died in my hand. So I don't want to go do that. There's a lot of little obstacle one of these days when I mention it. And that's how I keep on telling you all. You'll never be close to your parents if you don't raise with them. And my ex-wife is suffering for that too. A lot of people are suffering because they don't raise their children. If you don't raise your children yourself, somebody will raise it for you and tell you what they have to tell you. So, when you got Ring the Bell, this guy, what can you do for Shasta? You go down to Champagne. Now, Champagne, I must say that's to Champagne. Champagne is more political. I don't think he's a hateful person. I do not think so. I think Champagne just loves Chasney. He ain't de la Porte, and I understand that. But let's go to the other guy. Let's go to Garfield. First of all, let's go to Marvin Charles. Marvin Charles is on a vindictive agenda. What he has done, because Norbert did not give him what he wanted. Now, even though you say Norbert gives somebody else, this gives someone that. That is how life works. If you are against Norbert, you think Norbert will go and write thing for you. If you're disrespecting him, you think he'll write thing for you. Who the hell does that? So he has his agenda. He started bashing Norbert. So you can't take him serious. Then he took other people's money. What kind of human being does something like that? So even though people watch him and listen to him, people know the truth about him. He's not honest. So these are the surrogates of Chasney. You go to Garfield Oliver. He's very good at what he does. Very good at it. But Maniba explained him really well. He's a snake. He's very good. His appearance. He comes in, he puts his video. He makes his doom. And let me give you a point. Even my little stage I do there right now. See, I took a little time. I read for it and started trying to work on it, trying to figure stuff out. I had a very, very good app about when Chasney was in power. Very good app I was working on. I need to go back to it. But he himself had the same app. But he has more time. He's more technical. I will give that to him. And I said, oh, can you help me? I want to set up my. He give me excuse. I know this guy for a long time. But all these things he was telling me, oh, do I want him to come and cover? Because that time, say, Mogi de Chasney, do video. Can I cover? So his whole agenda wanted him to take me over. Mais en bon bas, moi qui took over because c'est des man sale consciously. So that's the kind of person he want to take people over. Then he come and he did the same thing to Marvin. So all this face appearance he puts there, he's not a decent human being. He's not a decent human being. I'm telling you straight up. Garfield is not a decent human being. So Maniva knows that, and that's it. Maniva, on the other hand, Maniva, everything is about politics. Everything is about politics. He'll turn a caca into politics. Okay? And you have this guy, what's his name? Cornelius Herald. He's the one in doing all the things in the background, saying all the negative things, pushing all the things, putting kick out picture, police. And this is the stupidity of this guy. He called me on the phone. Kick out the police looking for you, you have the right number. I mean, there's a degree of politics strategy that it's ridiculous. A man like me, you cannot call me. I was a correction officer. I've had businesses. I went to school. I do optimization. I understand everything about computer. I know Garfield have reported me 7 times to Facebook trying to destroy me. I have, every time he reports, they send me an email that he report me. Maniva, they send me the email. I know where to go for this email. I know where they give you this warning, these people, and you have to respond. So you come in and do your nonsense. Come in and say this and that. But Maniva is about politics. So she has sold her soul to politics. So kind of, I know what she's doing is stupidity, but I kind of understand. But people are getting so smart these days. So when you come and do, people can Google things. I'm talking about Google. I told some people you can Google this and find this. There's another one, Charles Kimmelina, Gregory Charles. One took Charles Kuyo. Gregory Charles, come in there. He Google, I Google. The man cannot even pronounce Google. The man speaks ridiculously. The man doesn't have any understanding. The man will come there and just feel free. Just come and sit down there and just talk nonsense, not even knowing what he's saying. So you can see the kind of people that support Chasney. Listen to me. If you go to now Lincoln, this is a very, very, very bad statement. You can't. The man arrested in peace. That's not a joke. When he was alive, we could joke about it. You don't say these kind of things. Okay, Lincoln, I forgive you on it. That, like when you die, I'm going to say only good things about you. I will not say about your rectification, okay? You and Big John. But don't do that. That's not a nice thing for you to say. But anyway, let's go to the point. Listen to me. At this point, you have Gregory Charles just talking nonsense. The other surrogate is, what's her name? Menard. That lady Menard. Et I said, ici, il a toutes les autres Chasney, il peut être ici parce qu'il paye un ticket pour monter. Lincoln Kakouye m'a demandé, il peut te l'argent to take back a UWB surrogate qui passe à monter l'Amérique. Passe à monter l'Amérique. Now I'm not going to pay ticket for him. No. I'm not paying ticket for your friend. Tell her next time don't do that. Now let's take Lincoln. Lincoln, I think he's okay in the terms of politician. I'll tell you why. Me personally, I'm not just labor. I'm labor with principle. I do not just follow labor, whatever they say. I have analyzed labor and analyzed UWP, and I realize labor is truly a best party for the people of St. Lucia. And I'll delve into that in a little bit. Let me go to Lincoln Pascal. Lincoln Pascal, this is factual, does not care about St. Lucia. Lincoln don't care about anybody but getting Chasney to win. And if Chasney win, Chasney can give him something. I was embarrassed when Lincoln was the one who introduced me to Chasney. He's my friend. He and Mr. Wright, we went to the UN to meet Chasney. Mr. Wright, ni go blueprint, I mean, Lincoln mem kadim kakwa nous prend l'argent. I mean, Chasney, Nicole McDonald was in from where they play on. Comme moi aime Nicole. Nicole's a beautiful girl. Il a fait, garçon, nous gagnons l'argent, nous gagnons. You bring me to support St. Lucia, c'est l'argent. You in the Chasney, they want to sell the Hellenites and for them to buy another big building like Mr. Right Hand buyer. I mean, it was a political agenda. It wasn't a love of St. Lucia. So Lincoln will say anything and do anything for Chasney because he wants something in return. He even told me, garçon, when he realized that conversation, he saw different conversation, and then he told me, I'm already quite rich at Tikapeo. He said, why you support him like that? I'm like, I'm not supporting Richard. If I know that Richard Frederick did something today that's illegal, I'll talk about it. I do not have friends when it comes to the truth. You think I love Richard more than my father? You think I like Richard more than my brothers? No. If I can say what I have to say about him, I can say it about Richard. So my point is, Lincoln is there for an agenda. A lot of these people in St. Lucia are in these things for agenda, which I don't blame some of them. But Lincoln is in the States. You have a good job. I'm giving that. And one thing I'll tell you, if you're sick or something, he'll help you coming into the hospital. Me, they will mad the big Johnny make a follow to work. More to But anyway, he's a nice guy. He'll help you get to the hospital. But when it comes to the politics, he's there for an agenda. I mean, I don't know if he has an inferiority complex because the man kisses Chastain's backside. Why are you attacking Chastain's supporters? You're giving the people maybe for nothing. Oh, I'm just analyzing something, Mr. Russell. You're a supporter of Chastney, Russell, but the thing is, you are one of the few objective people. I like talking to you. You're very objective. But my thing, more I'm on because I'm working on it too right now. I'm going to completely do it very good myself. I'm working on my little set. It will get better when I get my blue screen and all that stuff. But Lincoln is not there for Chastney. Lincoln is there for his money. So St. Lucians, let me see if I can bring this on. Oh, this one has a mouse. Let me see if I can bring on my comment. Let me see some of the comments. But I didn't read the comments. Okay, band of the following Shas. Gregory Gogo Charles. Good morning, Bird Boss. Nokito, what's up, my friend Nokito? Stop talking about Garfield chasing your them to the third paper. Ex-Bird Boss. I was once scared of the devil, but after getting to know this man, Shas, I'm no longer. One thing, I'm a returning data power. All the UWP millionaires are the ministers. KKR, what's up? Why don't you go to church with your lovely wife and stop your nonsense? Lincoln, I'm sorry. I'm going to church to pray for you. It's about a dream. Keep dreaming. Yes, he definitely needs to stop. The depressed and désolé flambeaus. The pun is hurting them. I have a question. How many millionaires have St. Lucia produced in the last 5 years? I don't know. It's far. Why are you playing with race card? Lincoln, let me good thing you mentioned that. I will emphasize this for all St. Lucians. I have no problem with a white person, just like I have no problem with an Indian or Japanese. But I have a problem with the character and content of a particular person. I'm against black people when they use the race card, say because I'm black. Sometimes they're just an asshole. Not all policemen are racist. Sometimes a black person is just an asshole. But the point is that in Chastney, young St. Lucia, we have the colonial mentality that Chastney is, and Josie is pushing that agenda, that Chastney is superior than us because of the color of his skin. That's why I keep on telling you all have to travel the United States. You all have to travel the world to see how people like Chastney treat other people. I don't have a problem with him. Most of my friends at the work, we are white. We talk about racism. My white friends know how the other white people treat black people. It is not about white or black. It's about what Chastney does and the pass you all give him. This kind of thing, Philip Joppy has to work 5 times harder than Chastney for you all to understand. Look at how he made a deal with the Arabs. They come and help finish the hospital. Chastney couldn't have done that. But yes, Chastney put a big rendering of an airport or hospital, and you all just agree because he's white. And this top guy, Josie, making the kids feel so low, giving them so much low self-esteem. That's the problem. We need to be more, we need to feel more important about ourselves. We need to uplift ourselves. Don't destroy anybody. Don't put people down. But know you are just as important as those white people. They're not more important than you. They're equal. Some of you are smarter than some of them. And that is my problem. My problem is not with, even like Dave Chappelle said, like when you have a problem with the gay community, but when is that nobody cares about black people? That's all very important. So it's not that I hate white people. All my girlfriends in America were white. And then all my jabals were white. So let me read the comments again. Shaz doesn't love St. Lucia or St. Lucians. He loves what he can get from them. So, but boss, just hello. The people will not be fooled by nonsense. How is Philip J. Pierre she want to go and speak to the people? Philip J. Pierre gives them the money. F is wrong with Nancy. I'm telling you. And thank you, Amarosa. You know, anybody with common sense just see that UWP is in chaos. All what they did was wrong. And listen to me. Talking about this, let me go back to Richard Frederick. And I want to emphasize that. And I've said that before. And I think Richard touched on this. Everyone, even Garfield, come and try to spin Richard disrespecting people. I have never seen Richard just come up on his platform or anywhere and just start giving somebody maybe. Richard always responds, and people have a problem with how he responds. And I always tell my friends, even my wife and my ex-wife, I always say to them, Mugabe power fit and quick. From the time I'm a little boy, I'm quick. Somebody tell me something, so maybe Richard is just very quick, and Richard knows how to come back. And when he come back, so pass a point. So my point is, anytime you come and tell me something, Chebe Sauhen. If I just walk up to you and I have never walked up to people and just say anything, except when I'm doing my comedy. But if you can tell me something, Sauhen, Sau Chebe. If we are fine, I don't know if they still do it in Lucia. Because long time ago, Lucia did Kababe, Tesha, Lemona, Lucia Moshima. Tesha, that's not your Lucia and Tesha, that's my friends. But anyway, we used to quarrel. You can't tell somebody what to tell you. But labor, you know, people lie so damn much. Trying to say Richard troubling people, Richard. Look at how many times Marvin Charles have just gone after Richard. Even me. Now me clear with you. When I started this political things with Lincoln, you just all of them just send me shit to tell Richard what Richard did. I was taking this for fun. I didn't even care. I was just saying anything. But then I stopped. Like I tell you before, sometimes you have to stop and think. I'm like, why am I just telling the man something that the man have never told me anything? The man have never attacked me. Just because politics people tell me to tell him things. And I'm just saying it. You don't do that. That is nonsense. Get the facts, see what the man have done, and you talk about it. But these people don't want to understand. They trouble the man. You trouble the man, takes Chebesau. And that's how it works. That's how it works. Love life, the SLP and the people. The depressed Lincoln Pascal. Come with something, Lincoln Pascal. In my opinion, wrong is wrong and right is right. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words will never pass away, says the Lord. Josie Lewis, I'm not sure what scripture you quote in reference to what, but if you're talking about the gay homosexuals, I'm not saying that I will be gay or you should be gay. I'm just talking about the tolerant part of the Bible, the love part of the Bible, because it did say that. Get to love. So we can take one part of the Bible and leave the rest there. Yeah. Good day. Shastny must be back. The only way you're going to be back is on your back, because you like people to be on your back, Lincoln. Kigel, stay focused, please. Back to what you said. Omarosa, keep on ask Big John how. Talk about the comment Yadi made. I don't know what comment Yadi made. Respect God. Oh, but Yadi made a very good statement. If you're talking about the thing he says, but that's what it is. People trouble me. You yourself come and tell me they have a big lady, a tall lady, my grandmother say Valerie. Can't be to one, be to one, be to. Coupe tire Valerie. Police care with you. So why you want to trouble Valerie like Big John? Like often lemon can be Richard Bavi, similar to Jean Bagay. Think about it, Lincoln. Stop being double standard. Good morning, Lancy. Good man, budget. Man's biggest downfall is the conscience, and the conscience is them. Good point. Let me just see. Shirley, bring my phone for me, please. My phone not supposed to get the calls. Shirley Cyril, make sure you dress Avam and Wolf in there. And I can give you that phone. Give me the other phone. Where you at? Bring it for me, please. You come in? You didn't come this morning? There you go. Okay. Let me read the last couple of comments there. The people have to understand that Sir John Compton is dead. The delivery is not what it was. True, true, true. Look, okay, ladies and gentlemen. So here's what I want to tell. So I got this one. Allegations are merely allegations. Let me see who's reading something. Somebody sent me 2 texts. Let me read the text for you. I call it text. I think it's on WhatsApp. Somebody sent me a text. Let me read it. And y'all can call my phone now. Let's read. Allegations are merely allegations. Unless a written report is made to the police, they cannot investigate. If these women are sure that these offenses occur, why are they afraid to document a report? Let us assume the police is crazy and arrest senior police officer based on allegation. Well, that's the point I made. This is very good, but let me read that. Will these women not be required to testify in court? Or are they expecting the guy to be not created? You made a mistake, whoever said that, and sent to jail without a court matter. This guy's life and career was damaged only to be found not guilty by the courts. Why is going to give him? Okay, so that's a very valid point. I touched on it a little bit. The man may never wants to arrest. Nobody has made a report. All these allegations are in secret. But so many women made allegations against Dale Elliott. It never even got to court. So we can see again Meneva's agenda. This is a very valid point. And by the way, see my number there, KK, King of Roro, 919-714-3917. If somebody wants to make a call, you can call. Lincoln, you can let me make a listen. I give Lincoln one call. Talk with Lincoln Baser. But anybody wants to call, the number is right there. You all can call this number right now. 919-714-3917. I'm gonna call Lincoln for you. Lincoln, let me call him if you can. Lincoln, if you're watching, I'm gonna call you right now. Report. I'll give him a chance to. I'll give Lincoln a chance to say something. Who has I back with him? Lincoln, answer your phone. Okay, so let me tell you something, Lincoln. You are live right now. I'm gonna let you make a point, but do not curse, do not argue unnecessarily. You don't. Giving me so much let me finish. 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 Hey, that's a problem. I haven't finished said to you what I was gonna say to you, Wakababi. I will give you the mic to say what you want. Oh my God, shut your ass for a minute. Lincoln, just listen. I'm telling you, I'll give you the opportunity to talk, and then I will listen to you. But when I tell you, oh my God, whatever, oh my God, this guy is an idiot. Whatever you want to say, factually, you can say. So right now, I'm going to give you the stage. Oh, quittez-moi fini, salope. I'm telling you right now, I will let you speak. You keep on making comments. So now you have the platform. I want you to say what you have to say. And if I ask you a question, what do you want me to say? Hold on. And if I ask you a question, I would like you to respond to the question, not something else. Now, I'm not your father. I'm not your mother. Don't ask me what you want to say. You are the one talking all the time. Say it right now. What do you want to say? Go ahead.
Okay, I said the Labour Party is finished. I do not know why you on a live bragging about the Labour Party when they have not performed. All right, and you keep telling me I'm a scratch record, but what else is there to talk about? Our roads are in a horrible condition. Our healthcare system is worse than ever before. All right, even a blind man can see that. The prices of goods have skyrocketed, and instead of this government giving the people some form of relief, coming up with some mechanisms to give the people relief, they have increased taxes instead, making life even harder, the cost of living even higher. Is that right? Is that normal?
Okay, so here we go again. You made your statement. I did not interrupt you. Let me say something.
Okay.
You said a few things, but each thing you say, you must be based on facts. The first thing you said, the cost of living has gone up. Yes, it is true. But everywhere in the world today, the cost of living has also gone up. You said they have not given people any relief. Shasney and all these guys have said construction, development, road buildings are the key to generate the economy, to make money circulate. What Philip has done, he's given zero VAT or very low VAT on building materials, cement, plywood, all materials that will be used for the construction and the development of St. Lucia. So what are you saying about he did not give a release?
That is a I'm not that is a good thing to do. To give whatever he could give on plywood is okay. But what about the poor people? The poor people, the people cannot even afford to buy food. You think it's plywood they can afford to buy? Answer me.
Okay, without interruption.
What about our roads? We pay the most. St. Lucia is the only place I've seen. I see where that people embrace taxis. We pay the most for gas. St. Lucians pay the most for gas in probably the whole world. All right? Why the Labour Party campaigned and made a whole lot of noise about the gas surcharge that Shasney was charging the people. But at least he was building roads and improving the infrastructure. I mean, everyone could have seen that. What the money was being used for. Now the Labour government is in power. Why haven't they removed this gas surcharge so that they can help reduce the price of gas and ease the burden on the poor people, on the average St. Lucian?
Okay, I may respond to you again. The government have X amount of money. When Shasney was there were many things. When Shasney was there were many things that other people wanted, but he chose what he wants to do. Okay? Shasney chose what he wanted to do. So in the same thing with Philip J. Pierre, he can only do X amount of things. He cannot bring everything down. Let's go to the gas. The gas prices for food, which is the Mali way. We're talking about propane. They used to cook. That's what they use in St. Lucia to cook. Philip J. Pierre brought this down. Philip J. Pierre gave incentive to bring down the sugar, the oil. Okay? The gas you're talking about is the gasoline that goes into vehicles. We have to have priority. The people who absolutely needs the gasoline are the people with the minivans. Okay? They need a break, and they did give them an increase in the price, and he gave them an increase in the price, and gave them a show, okay, and give them a few 25 cents or whatever, so that helped them mitigate the problem. The people like the guys who want to go and make bomb that one gas down, that is not as important as the women that are trying to save their children. Okay, so let me, before I cut off you or you cut me off, let me say something. When you make a point, it's your point. When I make a point, it's my response. The viewers, or whether it's UWP of Labour, has to agree, and that's how politics go. So what's the next point?
Okay, my point is that you are incorrect on that one, because the cost of a price of a tank of gas has not gone down. All right, the prices, we pay the most for fuel in the entire OECS. Lincoln Pascal did not say it. That report was generated by the central bank in St. Kitts, Nevis, Anguilla. So I did not say it. And it's a fact. Why does he keep taxing the people like that? All right, he's not in favor. This Labour government is not in favor of the poor people of St. Lucia, as they claim. All right, they're ripping off the poor people of St. Lucia instead. Look how much they have to pay Shasney for these court cases. All right, they are not paying for it. It's the taxpayers. They've just borrowed $200 million again to repair St. Jude. So how much money do we need to repair St. Jude? How much money has gone into this project? My God.
Okay.
And that it is not the South Asian just
hello.
give them the money.
Hello.
It's a loan.
Hello.
The taxpayers of St. Lucia have to
Hello.
pay that.
Hello. It is very difficult when you jump like a grasshopper.
I'm not jumping like a grasshopper. I'm talking sensible.
So
I only look stupid.
let me say something to you. If you're gonna say something, we're discussing something and have to give a response. You started on the gas, you reach all the way in the hospital. So which one you want me to respond? Is make a statement, then I respond.
You already responded on the gas, and I'm telling you that your information, the information that you talked about, is absolutely wrong, because the price of fuel remains exorbitant, very high. When the price of a gallon of crude oil has dropped significantly on the world market.
Okay, going back to gas again. As I said, there's no prime minister can do everything. Hold on. You decide which you want to do. Now, even in Europe, France, if you convert the currency, the gas is higher than St. Lucia. Now, Philippe J. gave a decrease on the food from propane. Go ask everybody. Go read your stuff. He had to make a choice. Which is more important? The young single mothers trying to cook food for their children, or the jackasses that want to go make bomb? He chose the single mothers. The hospital. Everybody makes the decision. Chasney Fort building a big box would be a better decision. He could have been, as I told you in the past. But when APA showed us the inside, we want to thank APA again. Thank APA so much, because APA helped the Labour Party to win that election. So I'm thanking APA for showing us inside that big box of water. Now, he could have been done well, but the hospital Philippe J. is working on, that hospital was originally built for the use of the military with proper structure. They had a lot of testing done on this, okay? So now, I know you like Chasney, but let us stick to the facts. Philippe J. is working on the hospital. Can I finish? Can I finish? Do not interrupt me, because I don't. Now, since you said Chasney is not there anymore, you think you have a right, or I have a right to say Lincoln Pascal do this or that, and you should just sit down and shut up? If you do not want anybody to respond to Chasney, tell Chasney take his ass and go in a corner. You cannot expect Chasney to respond or make statement and no one respond. He may not like the response, but if he says St. Lucia is this, St. Lucia have to respond. You have to be realistic, Lincoln. People are not mumus on dead decks in St. Lucia. Chasney cannot open his ass every minute and say the party is not good. Okay. St. Lucia is not good. We must respond.
Okay, can I respond now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy you mentioned APA's name, because APA has seen the light. APA is on the air, blasting, lambasting the Labour Party, because they have not performed. All right? And APA, yes, I agree with you that he assisted and helped the Labour Party to win the last elections. Currently, he's helping the UWP to dethrone this inept Labour administration.
Okay, again, APA has his show, and APA makes his statement like I make my statement, I make my shows, and the people of St. Lucia will decipher the material and will let us know what they think in the 4 years. So if APA decides to go to Labour, UWP, PLP, it's good. That's his choice. We have a democratic country. But the people of St. Lucia have to listen to APA and what APA says. Sometimes you do things with emotion. Sometimes I say things just to make you laugh, but it may not be the truth. But we have intelligence St. Lucians who will listen to me, listen to the evidence, listen to you, listen to APA, and then they make the point. Like I said.
So can you name me one new development that this Labour government have brought to St. Lucia in the 2 years they have been in office? Name me one new development that they have brought to St. Lucia's in order to create sustainable jobs for the people of St. Lucia.
Okay. Remember the last time I made a statement, I said, If you give a woman, you can give her the world. You can give her a car.
I ask you a question. You're going about woman. Who wants to hear about woman?
That is your lack of intelligence. You don't
answer the question.
Listen,
give me the development, my friend.
Listen to me.
Are you mean I'm not
Listen to me.
I ask you a question.
Listen. Okay, you
when
see?
you go to court and they ask you a question, answer the question. Stop beating around the bush. Name me or list the developments, any developments that this Labour administration have brought to St. Lucia. Don't tell me go on Peter and about woman and this and giving me a whole story. Yeah? Answer the question.
Okay, when we started this conversation, I said to you, I will not interrupt you. When you speak, I don't interrupt you. So let me finish my statement. Again, I wanted to bring something for you to remember what I said. I said, if you married a woman for 20 years, 30 years, and you give the woman whatever you give her, at the end of a relationship, you'll have an argument. And the woman might tell you, Upa Hashime mama desu, dima kisa o mama. Even though you had given her everything, that question is a psychological blockbuster. It will just stop you in your track. And when I was a supporter of UWP, Labour used to say the same thing. Labour used to say, what have UWP done for the last 2 years? And you are stuck. This is a very common question. But do not interrupt me, because I don't like you for that. You see what you're doing? I will hang up on you. I will hang up on you. Listen to me. Listen to me. You see to me. I just let you speak. People can see your lack of intelligence. People are giving, but you're interrupting. You're talking all the time. You don't let me finish what I'm saying. I give you time. I don't interrupt you. That's the bad part of your problem. Let me proceed. The SLP party. If I were to call the government, Lisa, Labour, or somebody, just like with the manifesto, I did not know, because I don't go ahead and track in what Labour do. If you talk about something, I go and I investigate that particular thing for you. If I were to call somebody in the Labour Party, they would tell me all the things Labour has done. Now, with you, I can ask you the same question. When Chasney was, what major project did Chasney do when he was in power? Just give me one major. I'm talking about a major one. He was. He was.
Almost completed.
What was completed? What was completed? Hold on. But wait, what was completed?
You asked me a question, I'm answering you.
What is it? What was completed? What other major project? I'm asking you the same question.
He was building
what he was.
He constructed. He finished and he completed several road projects. What has this government? What has this? What new development? Not one. You cannot even name me one. You keep beating around the bush, talking about women and all kind of things, which I didn't ask. That's not the question at all. I asked you a question. Up to now, you have not been able to answer me.
Lincoln, I just want to tell you one thing. When I said about women, you
keep talking about Josie.
Why would you interrupt me? Why would you interrupt me? You have Lincoln. Everybody can see you're an idiot because you don't. I do not interrupt you. I don't interrupt you. I do not interrupt you when you speak. You have a problem. You have a problem. I do not interrupt you when you speak. I was about to answer you. You jump with something. Let us do one thing at a time. Let me finish explain to you, because it shows me that you don't understand when somebody is giving you an analogy. I was making the analogy of a woman saying you haven't done nothing, and you saying the Labour has not done anything. It shows you don't understand the meaning of making an analogy. You don't understand that. That means you're not very intelligent. Every time I come on seeing your lack of intelligence, like if
I said Labour have not done anything, I said what new developments? That's what I said.
Anyway, Lincoln, I'm telling you, you ask me a question and understand what I'm saying, because somebody will explain to you later. What I'm telling you, if you tell me, Gasa, Big John did this, and then you compare it with what Donovan has done, that's why I was trying to make an analogy, trying to understand what I was saying. But it seems the only word you know is precipitously.
That's a
Okay.
beautiful word, Cleophas.
Go ahead.
Cleophas, okay, I don't have a problem. I will not. I will not say that. What I will never, come here and on your platform and tell you that what Peter Josie said was appropriate. But why do they keep dwelling on what Peter Josie said? What about what the other guy said? What Yadi said on his platform, talking about people should be killed, with these anonymous names and Sayo Henchebi. I can't remember precisely what it was. All right, the hypocrisy of these labor supporters beyond.
So you want me to respond? And again,
yes. Why don't you talk about what Yadi said?
Are you asking me a question? When I try to respond, you interject.
Okay, go ahead.
Again, I don't know if you were there in the beginning of my show. I was the first one, and I said it a couple of days. We need to move away all the side issues so that we don't clog the good part of the government. I said that what this man said was inappropriate, but it shouldn't be saying arrest him, because also the Speaker of the House made a statement. All other people make statements, but we are so polarized in St. Lucia that whenever it is the United Workers' Party or the Labour Party says it, we make a big deal. What's his name? Right now, Maniva is talking about the policemen who abuse women, whatever. And yet still, she's supporting Dale Elliott, who has been arrested many times for abusing women. Now he has to go to court. All these things, we have to have a judgment. But I am telling you, and I think we are agreeing on this point, that we should not focus on these things which are not, all it does is distract us. Because what Labour is doing is actually good for UWP. Because they're distracting us. UWP is distracting us with this Peter Josie nonsense, while Philip J. has gotten deals to finish the hospital, has been money to build the roads, have been helping families, have been bringing VAT. All these things are getting lost because of the behavior of Josie, the nonsense Josie said. So me and you, we agree on
that. What about the nonsense that Yadi said?
Oh my God. Are you serious? I just said we should not.
You only keep mentioning what Josie said, the nonsense Josie said. What about the nonsense that Yadi said?
Okay, Lincoln, I think, listen, when you finish another.
Okay, can I finish my round up my comments?
No, let's finish.
How could anyone in their right mind say, come here or boast that this Labour government is doing well? All right? How could anyone brag about them when the two most important things to me in a country is health and security? When crime is totally out of control in St. Lucia, all right? The Labour Party strategies have not worked. We have seen that because crime has not coped. They have not been able to curb crime. Okay? Our healthcare system is a disaster. It's worse than ever before. Our roads, look at the Millennium Highway. I was in St. Lucia recently, and I passed in a pothole with my cousin Lisa. And she said, I heard, I thought the car, was broken. She said, what's that, Lincoln? A bullet? What's that? That's how bad the roads are. All right? What has this government done? They have not accomplished nothing of significance.
So can I respond?
Yes.
Okay. Number one, when you make a statement like that, or if I came and I just made a statement, typically that would be just a statement of political support for Labour or political support for UWP. But if we have to be intelligent and take things step by step, let us look at it. The first thing I want to say you said was crime and security and health. And this we agree on 100%. Let's go to the crime. I'm giving you facts, and these are facts. And you can Google it yourself. When Stephenson King was in power, when he transitioned, when the Stephen King transitioned to what's his name, Kenny Anthony. That year, there were 50 people who died in St. Lucia for murder, homicides, right? 50. Google it. I'm giving you facts. When Kenny Anthony stayed there how many years? The crime was up and down, up and down. when he left office and Chasney took over, there were 30 homicides in that year. So I'm King 50, Kenny 30. When Chasney transitioned and gave it to Philip J. Pierre, there were 70 murders. 70. The point is, we cannot, as I told you before, the first year, there were 74 murders, which was only a 4 murder increase 1 year after the transition, whereas Chasney had a 50 murder increase after the first year of transition. I also said that I would give Philip J. Pierre an F. Whether he was the one who did the crime or not, I will give him an F because he is in charge. That's the first year. I also said to you that when you're in college, you have 4 years. My first year at Montec, I got an F. But I studied, I understand what I was doing wrong, and I graduated with a C. I did pass. So when Philip J. Pierre leaves office and on the level of crime, when he, even this year, he has about 3 more years to go. At the end of this year, if the crime is still 70, 72, he has not done any damage to St. Lucia. But at the end of the 5 years, if Philip J. Pierre hands back this administration with less than 70 murders, he has done a better job than Chasney. Now, I'm not saying every life doesn't matter.
Okay.
But let me finish. 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 You are maybe somebody's telling you something and you can't remember it. You want to jump in the conversation. But wait a minute. At the end of the 4 years, when the time campaigning starts, we're going to look at the record. It's not a 1 year record for any politician. Chasney may not have done anything 1 year, but at the end of his 4 years, we looked at his manifesto. He did not do it. He got out. Philip J. Pierre can get out, but we cannot make that decision until campaigning starts and we have what he has done. Go ahead.
2 years. 2 years is a very long time. All right, 2 years. The Labour Party said that they would complete St. Jude within the first year in office. All right, I sent you the clip. Didn't Emma Hippolyte say that? I'm asking you a question. You're not answering. Yes or no, my friend?
Okay, there are some questions that is not clear. Yes or no. They have explanations. So if you want me to give me the opportunity.
Okay, didn't she say that?
Lincoln.
Where is it?
Lincoln, can I say something?
Didn't Alva Baptist say that all the old hospital, the hospital that they were building, all it needed was a good wash of chemical bleach. All right? That they would finish it within 1 year. Kote L'Hopital.
Okay, again.
Okay, I'll let you talk.
Here's the thing. You were saying something. You said Emma said this. What I'm saying about Emma. Somebody sent me the clip where Emma said it. It is true. But as I said to you, there are different politicians. Like you may say something, I may say something. But what matters, and that's how we go into Chasney. You look at the manifesto. You look at the manifesto. If the manifesto says 1 year, they made a mistake. The manifesto says as soon as possible. So what are you saying? I don't care what Emma said, what Philip J. Pierre said. They wrote a manifesto. Sometimes when people...
Okay, as soon as possible. It has been 2 years.
What is as soon as possible?
Okay, 2 years have
You said you'll stop.
Elapsed. Where is the hospital?
So the hospital should finish in 2 years. Chasney had 5.
When they were in office, they said it was 90% complete. All right, 2 years have elapsed. Where is the hospital?
Okay, so let me finish. When Chasney came in power as well, he said he's going to finish in 3 years. He asked after when the time for him to get a new election, he said, can he get 3 more years? So obviously, we have to be fair with these things. Let's go with if we are not in St. Jude, and I said that, if we are not in St. Jude, when Philip J. Pierre is supposed to move in, that's going to be a problem for him. He might not get as much vote.
Chasney had a major setback. He had COVID to deal with for a whole 2 year period.
He had COVID for 2 years.
Not that I'm making excuses or trying to justify anything for Chasney. You have to understand that the whole world, you had a serious setback due to COVID.
You finished?
This government have had no setbacks. We have had no natural disasters except Lapli to Selking at
Okay, so what's your point?
This government priorities
Lincoln,
have been totally
Lincoln,
wrong.
how long it took to do the little painting you were doing? You were Big John, who for a teacher painting. You know better than that, even though you do that for political gain. You know it's not that easy for everything. You have to have a plan, you have to have an assessment, you have to have the trucks bringing the material. It takes time, Lincoln. It takes time. So let's be realistic. We have to that construction. Where Big John Amasika Kabukun. So you know.
First, I'm not doing that. You keep saying I kissing Chasney's ass. This has nothing to do with Chasney. I'm being honest. I truly love my country. I truly love Beaufort. Look at the state of my constituency, Beaufort. All right, it's a mess. At 3 o'clock, you cannot even see a rat crossing Clark Street. You are telling me that this is right and this is okay?
So what you're saying?
All right, Kenny Anthony have been the representative of Beaufort for 3 decades. And look at the state of Beaufort. All right. Philip J. Pierre have been the representative of Masha for another 3 decades again. Look at the state of Masha. What developments, all right, have they changed the lives of the people? Have they created what infrastructure have they created in these constituencies or in these environments?
Okay. If you understand politics, you understand people.
Let's be fair and equitable. You keep saying about Chasney. Chasney do not pay me any money. Just like you said he did not pay you. He don't pay me a damn cent for me to come here running my mouth.
So how
I'm doing it freely on my own free will.
So how do we...
Because I really, truly love St. Lucia. So, every time I get an opportunity to go to visit St. Lucia, I go to St. Lucia.
You sure it's not pity you
I hate to see people, politicians, exploiting the people of St. Lucia like that.
Okay, so
look at that $200 million. That's an exorbitant amount of money to put on the taxpayers.
So also you exorbitant
I'm just praying that they use it for the right purpose.
Lincoln, I did not bring you here to campaign. Excuse me. Lincoln, between now and 2020. Let's see what they're going to use that. Lincoln, you know I can pause the phone and nobody can hear you. Listen to me. I did not bring you here to campaign.
You have done it before.
Oh my God. Lincoln, how do you deal with your wife with that kind of way you talk? No, I'm asking a question. We are talking, somebody just get me so pissed off. I bring you there to have a discussion with you. Why is it you cannot just speak and let me say something after? Why do you have to constantly interrupt everything I'm saying? How we can ever have a sensible look.
Is that fair?
Every time I give you a chance, I do not interrupt you. I let you finish. Anyway, let me start again. You said we're not here to campaign. We come here to educate the viewers. You made a point. When you say what you have to say, then I respond. So here's the thing again. You talking about the hospital. I told you. It doesn't happen. You know better than that. We have dealt before. You know construction a little bit. It takes a time to build things, to protect things, to let things cure. Like when you do concrete, that takes time. You have to get the workers. And excuse me, Pastor Albert D. So there's a lot, but the point is, you can campaign as much as you want. I can campaign as much as you want. I want. At the end of the 4 years, people will make their decision. Did Philip J. Pierre fulfill what he had on the manifesto? And if he didn't, that is how politics work. If you don't fulfill your manifesto by the next election, you are going out. So you can go up, go down. Chasney went out because he did not finish the manifesto. So if Philip J. Pierre does not finish the manifesto, he gonna go out. So what else you want to say about Philip?
Chasney went out because of the lies and deceit, calling him a white man, calling him massa, calling him all kinds of assortment of names, calling the hospital a box. All right? Because of the lies and gimmicks and deceit of the Labour Party, they are going to give $1,500 to the unemployed. People who are paying less than $4,000, earning less than $4,000 a month would not have to pay income taxes. Vote for me or the people who toil so hard during the pandemic will not have to, would get a hefty bonus. Juste toujours, yo pour joindre rien, nada. This is why the Labour Party won. But the gimmicks will not work on the minds of the people anymore. All right? The people have seen the light. So many Labours have switched over to UWP currently. It's amazing.
Can I start talking without interruption now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here are a few points you made. You said the deceased. Now, one thing I will agree with you, social media played a very, very important role in the bringing down of Alan Chastney, because we would have not known a lot of the things that Chastney did. Now, before we go to lies, you tell me one thing. Just tell me one, not too many, so I can continue, because we cannot have so many things. Tell me one thing that Richard Frederick said, because he was the main guy giving us the information. Tell me one thing Richard Frederick said about Chastney that was not true. One, just one.
One thing Richard Frederick said. What did he say? I don't listen to Richard like that. So
Okay, you said that we had lies about Chastney, that's why he lost. So my point is, Richard Frederick was the main guy giving us the information.
So where is Richard? Okay, where is Richard? Where is Richard coming into that? One individual coming to that. We're talking about the $1,500 unemployment relief. We're talking about the removal of income taxes for people or workers who earn less than $4,000 a month. We are talking about the hefty bonuses that they promise the people who toil and work so hard during the COVID, during the pandemic. What does one thing? Why you? I don't want to talk about Richard. What's your point?
Can I respond? I did not come here to talk about Richard. What you said, and this is what's been in the public, that Richard Frederick lied about Chastney on his show all the time. That's how Chastney lost. So I
never mention Richard Frederick.
I never said you said that.
Oh my God. Your audience.
Lincoln.
We can attest to that if they are fair.
Lincoln.
You brought Richard Frederick into it. I do
Lincoln,
not want to discuss Richard Frederick because I like to stay alive.
Lincoln.
All right.
Lincoln.
I like to stay alive. I don't want to talk about Richard Frederick.
Lincoln. Listen, you're talking from your ass and then your mouth. You're trying to insinuate. Listen.
From my ass, from my two border, from my two face. I do not want to talk.
Listen to what you just said there. Listen, you are being. You see, you need to watch your mouth, because you are insinuating that if you mention Richard, he's gonna kill you. That's what you just said there. You said you want to be alive. Okay, so you need to watch. You just like Josie. You like just what will Richard do to you if you are insinuating something and then you acting like you don't want to talk about Richard when your thing is you are insinuating something about the man. They should kick you in your ass. You need to watch what you say. You're talking to a very intelligent man. You are insinuating something about the man, yet still you are saying you don't want to talk about the man. And I never said. Listen to me, Lincoln. For 1 second, you have a very hard problem. I listen to you attentively when you speak. Now, I never came in and said you said anything about Richard. What I said to you, you said we lied. There was a lot of lies. Now, what's been going on in social media from your UWB camp is that Richard Frederick lied about. So I ask you what he said. So let me. Why can't you freaking? You're a jackass. You are a jackass. You're a jackass. Jesus. There's nobody like you in the world. Lincoln, Chastney will always lose that election. If Chastney lose that election, because of you. If Chastney lose that election, it's because of you. Because I give you all the time. I give you all the time to speak. As soon as I'm about to say something, I don't interrupt you. You can say whatever you want.
Chastney will not lose the next election.
You see, look at how you interrupt. You know how many times I have given you a chance to come and speak, but your lack of intelligence, it's just unbearing. I'm talking to you. Number two, just as soon as I'm going to say something, you open in your mouth and say something. Let me finish what I'm saying for once, Lincoln. Listen, I never said you mentioned Richard Frederick. What I said, you said social media and the lies took Chasney down. So I was asking you about the lies. Now, I mentioned Richard Frederick because he was the one who was bringing the information for us, what Chasney did, the Ojo Lab and all these things. So I was asking you, if Richard Frederick said anything that's not true, let me know. But you said, forget about Richard, you're talking about Philip J. Pierre under $1,400. So let me
I'm
answer.
talking about the Labour Party.
Okay, so let's go to the Labour Party under $1,400. It's not just spewing things.
$1,500.
Okay,
not 14, 50.
Okay, $1,500. It's not just spewing things and making noise. That makes sense. Let us look at the $1,500. The $1,500, what happened with that? And if you play the clip, the entire clip, not a little piece of the clip like you like to do. If you,
I heard that if. That's the if. That's how you fool the people.
Why? Okay, look. Why you
Why are you? I know what you're trying
Why
to
are you? Okay, let me. Even though you know what I'm going to say, I am speaking. That is respect. I give you respect. Listen to what you're saying. I give you the opportunity to come on my platform. I give you an opportunity to come on my platform to talk, but you just cannot control yourself. You have like Gigi Bush. Hold on. Let me finish. Oh my God.
Let's wrap up because when you have a
boy. You said you Magaba opportunity, Soko.
I have to do my
I am not gonna give you this opportunity. Please. Lincoln, I'll let the viewers respond to your nonsense. I'll play your comments.
Okay, let them respond.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you all see, I tried. This man does not, they come on campaign with noise. They do not analyze things. They do not use the statement where they're supposed to use it. They just want to send us crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, you also have opportunity. The number that's on the screen, you can also say, you can also do whatever you want to do on the comment, okay? You can make a comment or you can call the number 919-714-3917. All right? I put the number there. Master Kawai Tuju. But let me see some of your comment because nobody win a Lincoln sa yes. I will know nobody win a Lincoln because he doesn't want to win. He doesn't want to analyze anything. He doesn't want to analyze. All he wants to do is have a problem. But people, today is Sunday. I think you're gonna what is this? Let me see 12:45. Okay, so we are thank you for watching, and let me explain this to you again. What Lincoln does, he just rattles, but he never comes with the facts. So if you all have any comments or you don't want to make any statement, Lincoln Pascal, Lincoln Pascal, you and Chasney, Magus. Lincoln, happy birthday, Mr. Richard Frederick. Oh, today's Richard's birthday. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy birthday, Richard Frederick. Let me say big up to all my friends who are watching today. Clyde, Gustav, Misty, Jeremy, my husband. Deb Charles. I hope you're not Kuyonkon, Gregory Charles. Tina Felix, Kim Hamilton, Conrad, Lisa, Lancy Delma, Laura Peters. Thank you all for coming on the show tonight. And it's gonna get better, I'm working on it. Good day. Bye everyone. Bye, Simaga. Make this spell check ma. Oh, goodbye. I mean, Napan siya ba isa? Bye everyone. Bye. So we shall see again. All right, happy day everyone. Mr. Cleo Taxi. I was live on YouTube. I was live. I'm trying to do these things. I'm trying to do these things to see you. But I did a good job today for the first time. I'm gonna be working more on these things as we go. My blue screen and enjoy my time. But thank you all for watching. And we're gonna have some more information as I watch during the week. But ladies and gentlemen, even from me, even from the United Workers Party, let us not distract ourselves. And I want to say to everyone, today's Sunday, have a great day at church. The men, the policemen, yes, there are accusations. Yes, there are hearsay. But people say things about you all the time. All of us people. Right now, as you watching there, let me pick a name. Clyde Gustav. Somebody's talking about you right now. Okay? Zion Led. Somebody's talking about you. People talk about people. Anthony Henry, blessed birthday to you. People are talking about you all. Every one of you all. So people, the narrative that UWP is trying to use now is because they lied about Shastney. That's right. No. If Shastney was doing what's right, no one would have been able to get away with all the things that was said. He could not rebuff what we were saying. It was the truth. And the truth is consistent. The same thing we said was during politics is the same thing they're going to say again. Okay? It's the same thing they're going to say again. Shastney was there with his rich friends, traveled the world, and did nothing for St. Lucia, and took our $7 million. Period. He does not like y'all. He don't care about y'all. And Garfield, everybody know he's there for something. A man like that will tell you have a degree. Okay? I love you all. Have a great day. Thank you all. We'll talk again. Thank you, Mr. Henry. Thank you, Mr. Henry. Anthony Henry, thank you very much. I thank you all so much for coming and joining me. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Yeah, we should talk about the education package or policies that we should have for the young youth. The youth is the future. Thank you for your comment. Renick, what you say there, Renick? Happy birthday, Richard Frederick. Thank you, Renick. So all of you guys, thank you all for coming. Lincoln Pascal Togo has to go to jail. He needs that. The other thing is my friend to jail. He's my friend there. But he just doesn't the thing about Lincoln Pascal, there's something about him. He's not very smart. He's my friend. I don't think Lincoln is very smart. Because if you're talking to someone, whether you agree with them or not, you give them the opportunity to speak, then you do the opportunity yourself. And that's it. We speak, and then we come to you get your evidence-based stuff. Now you don't never want to run for this, never want to run for that. What you gonna do? There's nothing you can do. She wants to run, she'll lie, she'll say things in it. But if everybody sees how you're gonna be on the police ass like that and you live in Dale like that, doesn't make sense. But people have to go to court and get the truth and the fact. Even Dale Elliott, he has all these accusations, which I think you can believe, but nobody has found him guilty of it. So you cannot say he do it. There's a preponderance of the evidence, but you can't say he do it. So I appreciate y'all coming and watch me tonight. And I'm working on my thing. Maybe I can invite someone one day to join the show. I'm trying to fix it up so I don't have a problem. So love you all. Come back again next time. By the way, thank you, Mr. Clyde. Thank you so much. Yes. Please, I'm working on it. How was the reception? It's the first day. I have to work more on it. How was the reception? Was it blurry? Was it okay? What can I work on? Do I need more lighting or blah, 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 blah? So y'all can send me these comments. I can see it. So we'll be ending the broadcast right now, but I will be sharing it so y'all can go back and see it. So I do appreciate y'all coming to me. Have a great day, St. Lucia. I love y'all. Everyone in the community, be good to people. I love y'all very, 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 very much. I'm ending the broadcast now.